It doesn't say I'm live yet. There it is. I'm like, it doesn't say I'm live yet. Welcome to Be So Light. I am Priestess Makala, as well as Niana, as well as Felicia. You pick and choose. It still comes back to me. What do? So, I'm trying to not be so Capricorn analytical. All right. If you're a part of the Be So Light tribe here, thank you so much for being a member. We just keep it real here. That's all I have to say. I just keep it real. I don't sugarcoat stuff. But if you want to know more detailed things and want to be a part of the upcoming group that I will be putting together in Signal, where we can talk freely and I can actually teach you a little bit more of a something to start getting ready for something coming down the pike in 2 weeks of something. There, I'll just put it like that. There's a 2 week window. Be prepared. Anyway, for changes, maybe. Depends what timeline you're on. What portal might be available. Not sure. All right, so the title today is Are You Moving In? What are you moving into? This is one of my biggest pet peeves because I get a lot of calls on this. And when I watch the videos like Slap Ham and those creepy TikTok, I see the same scenario. And I'm like, I wish all of y'all stop. Please. Please. Stop just thinking that you can just move in and just everything's gonna be la-di-da. What did you not learn from Amityville? Hello? Insidious. Hello? What are some of those other crazy ass movies? It didn't turn out so good. You're running, all right? So, when you are moving into a home, when you're moving into an apartment. Now, I already talked about someone passes away underneath you or around you. Say, like you are one of those um, kind of like split townhomes, but you share a wall next to your neighbor. Still, same thing. Okay, still got to deal with the energy. So, I have an incident that came up. One of my friends, and I just thought it was the weirdest thing because she was trying to shift things around in her apartment. She was, I kept wondering what the heck is going on with her. She gets something, she has it. Next thing I know, she getting rid of it. Get something, she has it. Next thing I know, she getting rid of it. I'm like, what is going on with her? She's not even taking the time to really enjoy something. Next thing I know, she's getting rid of it. So then she just happened to stumble upon her neighbor that shares her wall in her apartment. And they were talking, and the neighbor, this is why I say beware of what people give you. Neighbor was trying to offer her something or give her something, and she said, no, that's okay. I don't need it. Da 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 da. And then the neighbor made this comment. Oh, I've been having like I I have this feeling like I have to get rid of stuff. I have this feeling like I have to get rid of stuff. I'm like, oh, here we go. And she just happened to get a, a look because the lady sent her some pictures of what she wants to get rid of. Okay, you ready for this? Now, this is what my friend is living next door to. And she's wondering why she's feeling the way she's feeling. This can affect you. Okay. So she gets the pictures and she looks, and all she can see is piles and piles of stuff all over the place in that one bedroom apartment next to her. I mean, just enough for her to maneuver through, but there's piles and piles and piles of stuff, clothes, paper, s- hoarding. She's a hoarder. And when we look at hoarding energy and when they pull those things in like that, that energy is actually, when we really look at it, especially if we do spiral light on it, that comes from a generation timeline of afraid to let go of something, or not going to have something, have to keep it safe, don't want to let it go. So these are people that can't let go of stuff. Okay. But my friend here was t- constantly releasing something. So she actually was energetically purging her place when this lady needed to be purging her place. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm so grateful she didn't take anything from this lady into her house, because that would have been a problem. So let's back up. When you're moving into your place, this is where, when I go in to do a feng shui of a person's place, or someone's calling me and they saying, I'm having some problems, in the in my home, I'm having some things. Can you come in and check and see? Now, I'm going to tell you like it is. One of them I had to draw the line at. I went into a house, and this is for all of you sensitives and empaths. Sometimes you got to be a little bit cautious of what things you might walk into to go help someone else. So I went into a home, this is way back in the day, 19, I want to say 1998, 99, around there. Might have been maybe 2001, somewhere around there. So I get this call, and this family had moved into this house. It was a beautiful house, everything. They were, I believe they were only there less than a year. And it's a sad story. I walk in, and the husband needed to put the house up for sale. So he was having some problems trying to, he needed to get it cleansed. So he says, I need to tell you in person what happened. So I said, okay. So I met up with him, met at his house, and he says, a few days ago, this is like back in that time, years ago, my son, for whatever reason, we still do not know what happened, murdered my daughter and my wife. And I just stood there in this place of, oh shit. Okay, it happened in the house. All right. So follow what I'm saying. So we already know from what I taught you in the last one, there's a portal already open. Okay, for what happened. So they were able to get the son. He went to a mental institution because he was under 21. I think he was like, I hate to say it, I believe if I remember correctly, he was at least 13 or 14, 13, 14 years old. He stabbed him to death. Okay. And they were murdered in the bathroom area, in the bedroom. So the master bedroom, you walk in and you already can see the carpet was a cream colored carpet, stained still with blood. Okay. So they had already had the police by, everybody came, and then he had to find someone to come in to do the whole cleanup thing. But he really wanted the energy of what had happened to be cut from there. So I walked in, and some of the stuff was already cleaned, but still he needed to get the carpet out of there. And I just remember when I walked in, the energy that hit me. And it was almost like, and I know a lot of you probably had this happen to you before, but you didn't know what it was, or you were wondering what you were seeing. And I literally saw like the incident of what was happening and the rage behind it, the energy rage behind it. And I said, I need a big bowl of water because all I brought with me was my smudge, and I need a big bowl of water. He says, how big? I said, big one. Do you have salt? Give me the salt. So I got the bowl of water after I went into the bathroom, and I was just in there. It was just like it was almost like it just like I stepped into the timeline when it just happened, and I was just feeling everything. I was feeling the overwhelming. I started having the neck pain. I started having chest pain. I started having like I couldn't breathe, and I said, "Was your wife stabbed in the chest?" Said, "Yes, once in the chest and once in the back." And I said, "Okay, I'm feeling her." And then, "Was your daughter, was her throat slit?" Said, "Yes, she throat." And I said, "Okay, I'm feeling her." So I went through to start. I actually talked to the spirit of the mother and the daughter and was asking them to start making their transition. And the mother was like, "I'm really worried about why my son did what he did." Like, there was no warning. We knew he had temperament, but this was so out of character for him. So I went through and I did the smudging. I said, "I need you to open everything up, all the doors and stuff." He says, "Now that's interesting." I said, "What?" He says, "I had some friend of mine come by, but she didn't open up the doors or anything. And she called herself smudging and didn't open nothing up." I said, "Well, let me do this so you can feel at ease in the next part of your process." Inside, I'm thinking, so he opens up all the doors, all the windows. He could feel the oppression. He could feel the sadness. He could feel the happiness. I could feel it. And I got the bowl of water, and I put salt in it, and I did the prayer over it, called in the Lord's prayer, blessed up the water, and I said, "Okay, this is the holy water. We're doing that." He goes, "Can you do that?" I said, "Yeah, I'm ordained." So he was like, "Oh." I said, "Yeah, non-denominational, baby." And plus, when I was younger, back in the day, I was already baptized and everything through the church. So when you are baptized in any of that, you can bless up water. You can make holy water because that was put on you. All right. And then if you become ordained in ministry, you can do that. So anyway, I make the water. I go through and I do all this heavy smudging. And then I'm saying the prayer release. I said, start telling them, start making your transition to cross over. So sorry for what happened to you. We feel your pain. And it was a weird thing. The wife energy came in so fast, and she said to her husband, "Please forgive our son. We have to find out what happened, what made him do that. Things haven't been right since we moved into this house." And he says, "Yeah, there's been a lot of weird things that were happening when we moved into this house. We noticed immediately that he became more quiet, he became more acting out in behaviors, and then was depressed and wasn't sleeping right." And I'm like, and all I could think of, and most of us, you know, those of us that are on this path and the things we see, it just breaks your heart because of the fact that you start thinking, if you would have just taken the time to maybe research if something happened in your house, or if there was a some kind of um, something not right in the space. So after I finished cleansing and everything, and I did this, put the holy water down over the area where it happened. And when I did it, I just went, pulled down the heaven energy, and I just went and just allowed that energy to just go straight out and make this ripple effect. And after it did that, I took and stood right in the middle where it was and spun the portal opposite direction, closing it down. Okay. Then I went and closed the mirrors because the mirrors witness it. Okay. The mirrors saw the whole thing. Okay. So I cleansed the mirrors, then I shut them down, shut the mirrors down. Let that mirror go down. Let it be. Just shut it down. This is why back in the day, and they still do it, especially in yourself. When someone dies, they cover the clocks, they cover the mirrors, they cover these portal-like doorways. Okay, so this I went ahead and just shut it down, closed it. So after I finished that, I thought about it and I thought about it. I said, this is why it's so important to know what you're moving into, what you're stepping into. So many people just oh yes, oh I love this. This is so oh how old is it? First of all, this is where it gets kind of crazy. How old is it? Oh, it's 150 years old. Oh, we're living in history. Yeah. What kind of history are you living in? You might not be smiling in a month from now because you're living in a house that's 150 years old or 160 years old. That's history. What happened on that land? What do? What do? What happened? Do you even know what happened in that house? But no, you're all excited. So this is where you're not being fearful. This is where you're being aware and have wisdom to look around where you're moving into. What do you see? When you walk into a house or an apartment and you look up at the ceiling, do you see strange cracks that goes up into the ceiling and it's a light unleveled? Do you see that? Did when you walked into a certain room, did it feel really cold? Okay. When you walk into bathrooms and look at the toilets, look at the showers, look at the sinks, look at all of that. And then for God's sake, check those damn attics and those basements. Check the walls. People need to stop being afraid. When you go into these homes, same thing. You go into those homes, say like you rent it for a month. All right. I'm seeing horror stories about people finding out the mirror is a double mirror, finding cameras hidden in the house that they're renting for a month. These little breakfast and house places. Okay. So check everything. Check it. Check the carpet. I went into a house once and they had all this carpet down. I said, I hate carpet. I said, is there a way this carpet can be pulled up? Because I don't want to rent it if it's not pulled up. They pulled the corner of it up. I said, pull the rest of that up. I saw stuff that was there. I was like, never mind. I was like, not gonna get involved in that. Nah. He said, we've been having a problem selling. I know why you're having a problem. Look at that. We need to pull that up. Look at all that stuff down there. That's somebody that was doing something that wasn't supposed to be doing it. All right. So I went into one house. It was a townhome. And I actually was looking to buy this townhome. And I went into it and the guy's like, oh yeah, we got this townhome. You would just love it. It was pretty. It was brick on the outside, something I was looking for. Has wooden floors, but some of the stuff on the stairs, we pulled up the carpet and stuff, so that's not done just yet. I'm like, okay. I said, well, what happened here? What, who did they move out? Well, there was a bad divorce that went on here, and I went, gee. I said, oh. Saying, yeah, they were having some money problems. Ding. I'm like, oh, okay. So I walk in there and I'm looking around. I go, cigarette smell. So, yeah, I'm smelling it, but nobody smoked in the house. I said, really? I smell it. He said, yes, it smells really strong. I said, okay. I'm like, so I'm walking around, I'm looking. So I go up the stairs, and as I'm walking up the stairs, I started getting like short of breath and I started getting a headache. And I said, all right, this doesn't feel, and all of a sudden I start getting dizzy. And I start feeling like I'm getting hit. I'm like, what is this? And I said, you know what? I can't go up these stairs. I'm not into this house. He says, really? This is perfect. And I said, no, it's not. There's some bad things that happened here. The young lady was being hit here. And he stops and he's like, what'd you say? I said, the lady was being abused. She was being hit here. He goes, yeah, she was. And that's one of the reasons why she wanted to up and move so fast. And I said, well, I think you need to really cleanse this place before you try to sell it because being who I am, I felt it. And no, I'm not taking that. So sorry. It took me, I didn't start feeling better until I got into the car and I was driving physically away from the place. Okay. I had to have so much distance away from where I was in that space, got away from there. So here's the thing. Let's say it again. Pay attention to where you're moving into. Pay attention and ask those questions. Okay, why did other people leave? Why is this house up for sale? What's this room down here? Can I see in the basement, please? Oh, you don't have a key? Oh, why do you not have a key? I need to see. Okay. I made that same thing when I moved into this cottage. And I've told this story plenty of times on here. But here's the thing. When I moved into the little cottage up in Auburn, California, the foothills, Indian Territory. Yeah, Las Vegas around there. Yeah, not to mention the soldiers back in the World War One and two times back in that time. All right. So anyway, as I was living there, there was this. Every time I got into bed, before I even moved in, there was problems going on, and it was all because the spirits of that land knew who I was and said, "Oh no, you're not moving into here and not giving us an offering before you move in or identifying yourself before you move in." These spirits had that place on lock. And I remember my mom just got so sick. It was in August. She was cold to the bone. It was 110 that day. She was cold to the bone. I half-assed just did all my smudge real quick and brought my stuff in because my friends were just trying to hurry up and drop everything off because everybody had to hurry up and get going and we had to get the truck back. We were rushing. And my mom's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just put everything in." I said, "No, I gotta smudge like I'm supposed to and bless everything up." "No, don't worry about it, dude." No, see, I got pressured. So I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it. I'll make it work." Da 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 da. So everybody could get things. We could get the truck back. Da da da. No, 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 no. My mom started getting really sick. She barely could walk. She went from, "Oh my gosh, this is great," to, "Oh my God, I don't think I can be here this weekend. I feel like you might have to take me back home." I'm like, "What? You just got here. We only been here for a few minutes or few hours." And she's like, "No, I don't think I'm going to be able to stay." And then I heard loud and clear, "Where's your offering? Who are you? Why are you coming to this land?" I heard just like that. I was like, "Oh shit. Here we go." I went, got my tobacco, my cornmeal, mixed it up, said my prayers over it, and I went and got my drum, and I went to the four corners of that property, where the house, everything, gave that cornmeal and tobacco to the four directions, came back, gave it at the doorway, gave it to the back doorway, and then did a song, did a drumming, and asked permission to live there, and asked that the spirits of the land keep myself and whomever else comes safe to live there. And I come there in a good way. And please forgive me for not giving this. And please allow this home to become a beautiful place to live and healing. That's all I said. Oh, my mom feels better. The condensation on the window, see, condensations and flies are not a good thing when there's in the house. Okay. I was like, why the flies and why is there condensation on the window? It's so hot outside. Shouldn't be doing it. Didn't have no air conditioning on. So why was it doing that? So I was like, not paying attention. So I did all that. Boom. Flies disappeared, condensation left, and that was it. But we had the next few nights witnessing a soldier on a horse come through the living room chasing someone, and a Native American man was running, trying to hide. It was like we were watching his timeline come from the living room area through the bedroom, because there's only one bedroom. And it was just like this box type of place, but it went straight through. And I was like, and my mom says she was sleeping out in the living room area. No, I think she was sleeping in the bedroom, and I was sleeping out in the living room. And she goes, Felicia? I go, yeah. Did you see a horse come through? Yeah. Did you see the Indian? Yes, yeah. Okay, your house is very active. This cottage just active. I said, yeah, it's going to be very interesting living here. And I had the best time living there because these spirits were very open. They were very, sometimes spirits stick around because they want to just kind of hang out at the house. And some of them are attached to a timeline to that property. And sometimes you're not going to be able to get rid of that. You can shift the energy. You can actually, commune with them. And I did. I communed with them. And I love the old couple. They were like in 1700s. She had this beautiful, big Victorian type of dress on, and the husband was with her. They were kind of like old settlers, and they would always make it a habit to sit out in the living room on the couch at night. And I'd be trying to go to sleep, and you hear all this. And I'd be laying there going, I say, hey, you too. Could you please stop talking? I'm trying to get some human sleep here. Please, let me get some sleep. Sorry. Hear the creak creak, and they left, and the energy changed. I was like, okay, thank God. And I remember when the power went out in that place, and what nobody was going to be able to come to fix it. And I had all these weird things happening. I was just like, okay, now that the heat that went out, so now it's going to be a really cold night and nobody to fix it. And then some spirit shows up, tinks with it, the filament thing and the heater thing, and does something. Had Levi's overhauls on and work thing, and said, "Turn the heater on." I go, "What?" And then it disappeared in front of me. And then I heard, "Turn the heater on." I'm like, okay. I walk over, and it clicked on like nothing. I wasn't going to have to wait 2 days for someone to come fix it. It clicked on. And I was like, wow, after I tried and tried and tried and nothing would happen, it clicked. I go, thank you. You're welcome. I was like, wow. Went on about my business. My friends would tease me and say, why the hell are you living? I said, they're not bad spirits. They are just tied to this land. So one day I got kind of curious after being there for about a month. And every time I would go to bed, I was like, why do I feel like when I lay down, I feel like my whole body goes like this. I was like, what the heck is that? So one day I got the courage that there was this key. And the guy had briefly showed me there was a padlock around on the bottom part of this cottage. He said, but nobody goes down there. Don't worry about it. It ain't nothing but dirt down there. I go, oh, okay. I didn't check it. I didn't have him open it up and check it. So this is, keep in mind, this is back in the day. I learned from my mistakes. This is why I'm teaching you. So I get the key and I'm like, I already found out what was in the backyard circle. It was like covered in all of the shrubs and the weeds and stuff. I was weed whacking out there and I found it. I was like, oh, sucker down. Okay, so I go and I go around and I said, okay, time to find out what the hell is going on underneath here. Put the key in there, open it up. I said, okay, take a deep breath. And I open it and all I see is cobwebs and stuff. And I push it back and I see none but dirt. But then I turn my head where the bedroom is and I look and I see this huge granite stone in a point light right there. Kind of like right there. This stone was so big, they couldn't even move it out of the earth. It wouldn't even move. So they built the house over it. They put the flooring and everything, and it only had that much space between the floor and the rock. I was like, what the hell? So I remember I said to myself, oh my God, this is why when I lay down, I'm feeling so like, like grounded into just grounded. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I share this with you because I learn from my journeys in life and things, and I share it with other people because I've had the experience of things. Now, beware of when people give you stuff, especially if they come in and bring something to your house, okay? So they can have a link to you in your house. All right. Especially if they're not loving people, loving hearted people, and you know they have jealousy streaks with you, you know they don't like you, you know they're angry with you, all those things. Keep that in mind when they come saying, oh, I brought you this nice gift box thing that you can sit in. It's a decor thing. And where'd you get it from? Oh, I can't remember where I got it from, but I it's old and it's from a secondhand store. Really? Yeah, yeah, I had it for a while. I want to give it to you. Really? Okay. What you do, if you say no to it, mean what you say no. Especially if you know it's coming from someone that that doesn't have your back, that doesn't celebrate your life, that doesn't care about you. Okay, they make havoc for you, or they told stories on you, or they're not nice people. That's what I'm trying to say. But they like to kind of show up and leave something in your space. All right, beware of that. If you get something from a secondhand store, highly suggest keep it in the bag when you bring it through your home, even if it's furniture, antiques, whatever. A lot of people like to go antiquing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's just certain things you need to do to make sure you don't have some stuff happening in your house to you when you bring that home with you, because you things are attached to things. Okay, so I I always tell people take it through, if not through your house, and if you have a way to go around through the back, leave it out in the back in the bag. Get your smudge, get your sage, your cedar, juniper, whatever smudge medicine you want to make a big pot of it, light it up, and smudge it. Okay, smudge the hell out of whatever it is. Cleanse it. If you have your feather or a fan or whatever you want to use to cut energy off, do that. Smudge it up before you bring it into your space. This also goes for, are you ready? When you get furniture and when you get a new bed, this also goes for it. So How many of you have noticed that you have to get a bed because so much energy is coming down and your bed might be feeling a little kind of lumpy, might be feeling a little bit too soft. Okay, so it might be time for you to get in the bed. Now, we talked about what to look for when you move into your house, how you should be smudging it up. If you live on land somewhere, you better take some offerings out there because if you don't, you're going to start having accidents around your place. There's always going to be something happening. Cornmeal and tobacco, offered in the four directions, is a good way to appease the land spirits of that property because then they won't be against you. Then they become guardians for you. Okay, same with the tree spirit. Everything is connected. Don't take it for granted that just because you bought that place or you are on that land that you think is yours to be living on because there's other spirits that might say, I beg to differ with you. All right. So you get a mattress and you're going to get your bed, but the people who are delivering it might not be in good way. I don't know. They might be in a party way. Just saying. You know, young folks nowadays. So what happened one time, and this I caught this, I said, damn, now you gotta be watchful of your when you get your beds and stuff and all this stuff. Now I talked about the beds when you go into the hotels and stuff. I talked about all that. But now I'm gonna show you something else when you purchase a bed. Now you gotta remember they have a truck. They're taking old mattresses from other people's places and putting it next to your brand new one, even though it's wrapped in there. Okay. So there's already convoluted energy going on in the back of that truck. All right. Picking up, dropping off, moving out the old, bringing in the new. All right. All right. So if you get a mover that decides to be all that and carry the mattress on top of their head, that's going to mess up your mattress. Not only is it going to dent it and mess it up, but it's also going to have an imprinted energy of his thoughts in your mattress. So if this person was a party person, I can talk about this because this is what happened. This person brought it up on his head, and it was a memory foam bed. Didn't last long. I had to get it replaced within 3 weeks because it had a permanent indentation of where his head was when he was carrying it up. So they replaced it for free. But here's the experience. Whatever he was thinking of, whatever he experienced or whatever, he had it on his head and all that stuff was going into the bed. I had the worst night sleeps on that bed. I had worst nightmares of people chasing me, gunshots, shootings, dreams, chasing, screaming and yelling. And it was always something chasing me and gunfire. That's all I kept hearing, gunfire. And I said, what the hell? So I finally called the company up, said, I need a new mattress and this is not good. I need something else. So I totally, completely changed it out. Another team came and I said, look, you bring this mattress up, both of you need to help each other bring that mattress up. I better not see that mattress on top of one person's head and you bringing it up, or I will reject it and you will be taking it back. And they were like, okay, ma'am. We both came up and did it. So beware of when you get your mattress. If you look at the delivery people and they don't look so hot, don't have them come into your bedroom. Have them park that mattress out on the side. Now I'm 57. I moved a queen size mattress for myself. I had no problem sliding it in, putting it in my bed. But here's the thing. They took out the old and the plastic that they took off the new, they put the plastic on that the old mattress, which is good. I get it. And then they went ahead and took it down and put it in a truck. So before I even put this mattress in my space, my sacred space where I'm going to sleep, I smudged everything. I smudged the mattress forward and back. And I'm not talking about, don't be doing no little Whisper smoke. Smoke it up. Get it good because this is medicine that's going to go into your mattress and it's going to cleanse it and make it just right. Once I did that, I brought my mattress in. I already have my geo bed designed. I design it where I have my stones in it, my different type of symbols that I put on my bed, and I laid that mattress on top of my platform thing of symbols and everything underneath it. So then I smudge it again. Then I got in the center of it and I said my prayers over it and I activated my bed. A lot of y'all don't know how to activate your bed. So, and I only put cotton sheets or flannel on my bed. I do not like those crazy ass sheets that hold a lot of static in it that can mess with you while you're sleeping. Pure cotton or either pure flannel cotton on my bed. It's high in frequency in the 200s, 300s, and it's a direct connection to divine source. Not going to be messing with you. It helps you to rest. And the colors that you choose, if you put the blue on your bed, that's to soothe your nervous system. If you're someone that's always doing that, and you can't settle down because of the work you do, when you sleep on blue, it calms you down, relaxes you. Sleep on white, settles you down. Pink, love energy. Green, if you're someone that's going through a lot of healing, you're sleeping in green sheets. Cotton, I like Egyptian cotton too. Okay, I really do. It's good stuff. It's good. Feels good. So pay attention to what you put on your bed. Now, memory foam bed, those, you know what? When those came out, I thought those were the bomb.com. But look at the word memory. Memory. What's it do? It has built in memory. So you need to pay attention to that. If you keep having repeat dreams on stuff, it's because it's a memory foam bed that's holding the memories. Because it's designed to hold memory. I'm serious. So please beware. It's not beware in a bad way, but have wisdom with you of yourself when you're getting secondhand things. Nothing wrong with it. I love antique things. I love anything that's like these old cabinets or something really cute doohickey thing from a secondhand store. I don't have no problem with that. I smudge the hell out of it and I look at it, make sure there's nothing written on it weird, or you open it up and some kind of weird piece of paper falls out. And stop. When you find something strange and you find it in a box and it's all sealed up and it's all tied together and it's got all that drives me crazy. This couple found a mysterious box underneath the floor of their apartment. Okay. The box was wrapped up and it was sealed, but David decided to open it. Why? It was wrapped up and sealed for a reason. Why are you going to open it up? Especially if it looked like it wasn't inviting you to open it in the first place. All right. So what happened? David opens it up. Oh, now they got all this stuff happening in the house. They got shadows. They got things breaking. They got chills going on. They got beds shaking. They got all this, all water. Yeah, because you didn't release what was put in the box. Sorry. I'm just, you know. And the times that we are living in now, the timelines, how things are just no, no, please stop. Stop it. Stop. I'll let you learn on your own. But I hope this video helps you. And I want to say thank you for all the likes and support of the last video I did. And because of the times we live in, yes, you really do have to take a look at everything. Um, you really do have to do that. And I will later come back through, and I'm waiting for something to go through. I started a new podcast on Podbean. I have to get it right. Yes, I got it loaded up, and my friend and I, we worked together and we did it. And I think it said something about 24 to 48 hours before people can really find it and see it. But it is loaded up in podcast, in Podbean. So under Be So Light, same thing. Be So Light. I put it under Be So Light, and it's Spiral Light Healing. So it's the first episode that we did, and I made sure to do it and get it launched today. I wanted in this window time of energy with all the different alignments. And yeah, there's a lot of planets in retrograde and everything, but the main thing is using this energy for your creative time, your creative connection, and using it. Especially if you are a woman, pay attention, women. We're coming on. That energy is going to come up through that Kundalini. It's going to come up through that root. It's going to come up all the way through you, and it's going to start activating you. Now, what do? Why, I wonder? What could it possibly be that we women are going to be doing? Well, we're not going to be like Wonder Woman running across the field and dodging bullets and bombings and missiles and stuff. No, we're going to be doing a lot more than that. Yeah, get ready, because we're about to really change the world. We're going to have a couple of hiccups, but that's about it. But we the women, yes, we'll be by ourselves. We'll have balance, but it's just time. Women are coming on. Wait for that movie, Marvels. I can't wait to see that one. 3 different women with 3 different type of powers. Loving it. And they all work together. Hmm, interesting, isn't it? All right, lovelies. Oh, by the way, on Peacock, if you want to see something that makes you go, what the hell? Have one of those reactions. I watched a movie called Voyager. It was done in 2021. Has Colin Farrell's in it. And it was kind of creepy watching it. The opening, the first 3 minutes opening of the movie is what you really need to pay attention to. Because then you'll understand why all of them were acting the way they were on the ship. Okay, they got to make an 86-year journey to another planet that looks like Earth. Watch it. It's on Peacock. Just came out today. All right, lovelies. Be good to yourself. Much love. And once again, I hope that this helps all of you. Get your smudge on. Smudge up your space. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Oh my goodness, what's all the energy? And then we got Leo energy. We got all this stuff going on. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit emotional, but you know what? Have a little bit of cacao. Drink that. Do a lot of relaxing. Take your salt baths. Mist yourself with some good yarrow and rose water. Have a good day on that. And just stay focused. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. All right. Be so light. Like and subscribe. Have a great day. Be good to yourself. And may the source of divine light be with you. Bye.